I got to keep my arrow off the screen.
Okay, Bruce, we are now live. This is super, super exciting. So thank you again for Bruce for joining. We just literally walked through day 4. So we had an amazing day 4. It was, we didn't have a ton of different tools. We actually went through 2 tools. We went through the budget spreadsheet, and we talked about the importance of the budget spreadsheet. And then we walked through the project calendar and really had a good conversation around the calendar. And the calendar was critical because we really got into controlling the rhythm of business. So what are some of your thoughts, Bruce, on how the day went and what we covered, and any thoughts?
Obviously, it went very well. The thing that I liked about it is we had really good participation by the various people that were there on different projects for and it was interesting to hear the variety and the number of projects that are working with calendars so much. I mean, everybody works with a budget. That's just a given. And we saw a lot of different budgets.
Yeah, that's so true. And one of the things that we had talked about in the class, right, the full class, and there, this is day 4. The classes are an hour long, and then we always like to do these recaps. But one of the things that we've been finding is we're seeing that there's a little bit less of project managers having budget control on some types of projects. So software, it's a little bit less. I know clearly construction and engineering, project managers still have a good say on the budget, but we're seeing that a little bit less on the software side. We're seeing things go more to burn rates or burden rates. There's a couple different terms for them, but basically that's the employee cost plus their sick time, plus their vacation time, plus their benefits, and you have that one all-up cost. And we're starting to see that number being used for estimating as well. I've
got a question. What is causing the trend to go towards taking that budget away from the project manager? Do you have any idea what?
I believe it's agile. I think it's a trend of agile, because with agile teams, right, you're starting to really drive towards how many sprints are we having. We know a burden rate, we know our employees, so the budget becomes a lot less of a play into this. But my problem is that when you take the budget away from the project manager, what you're doing is you're really handcuffing him or her in what types of project decisions they make. And I think that's a key component, right? You can't handcuff them. If we see that a project, for example, is under budget by $500,000 and we need to hire resources, that's got to be a decision point that the project manager can help guide the budget owner. So I think that's a key point, but I think that's why that's happening. But again, there's, I don't know exactly, but I do see that trend in software for sure.
Yeah. Seems like they've taken the transparency away from the project manager.
Yeah. So what we also cover, Bruce, which is we put in the book, right? My favorite tool, you can't ever see the book with my crazy background, but we put in the project calendar, right? And I love the calendar. I absolutely love the calendar. When we wrote 2 books, it was, Bruce, we got to get the calendar in there. We love the calendar. And it was really around controlling that rhythm of business, right? Controlling, I got a Friday stash report. How do I get my people? I've got phase gates. I've got all these various, big project events. How do I control my people? Right. And I can't stress enough how important really that is around controlling your project. Because I believe if you don't control your rhythm, your project rhythm will control you. And when you're managing 3 and 4 different types of projects or 3 projects at one time, you've got to have that rhythm under control.
I agree 100%.
Yeah. So again, I'll just share the screen real briefly. So we went off and we talked about, really, I'll just jump to this screen here. these were just examples. We literally just covered one example, but in this example here, and then the example that we had here was really, they were just examples to get people thinking and get people talking around, what do budget spreadsheets look like? How do you organize them? How do you control them? It was never about you could actually use this one or not use this one, because we always said, go back to your finance department. Your finance department will give you the templates. Your finance department will give you all the financial rules and regulations that you need to follow when tracking a project. Right. So I think that's really important, really critical. And then of course we covered the project calendar, and we saw the homework tonight of a project calendar, which was awesome. She used Outlook, she used SharePoint, she used Excel to get the calendar built. So again, across the board, just wanted to come on. We just wanted to do a quick recap. We're going to rerun this session again live. We're going to make some of the sessions available recorded, but we are going to rerun this live, and we really hope that people can join us and participate. It's been an amazing session. We've got one more day to go, Bruce, and we should be good to go. The time has flown by fast. This is day 4. We've had a ball with it, and hopefully a lot more people can join next time, but we've had a great turnout, and we're really happy with how this has been going so far.
Oh,
any
absolutely.
Final thoughts?
I like the interaction with the people who joined in on it. That you learn something. I mean, I don't care how much you always learn something, and every single day that's gone by, I've learned a couple of different things from people because of the bouncing off the ideas from everybody's point of view.
Yeah. And literally, Bruce, you have done this for 50 plus years, so you've done this for a while, and so it's really nice to see that you're still learning things, and that's still very valuable and something that you're doing yourself. So that's awesome. All right, well, we're going to wrap up. Thank you again, Bruce, for joining for this quick recap. Thank you for everyone who's listening, everyone who's watching. I'll put the link down below if you want to get on the next one. It'll be a live call as well, or 5 live calls. Thank you all very much. Thank you, Bruce.